Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today I have myself. We have our newly promoted Captain Roberts, who was not a captain last time I had him on the podcast. So everybody give him a congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you.
And of course, we have our wonderful, the talent,
That's right.
Major McFarland.
Happy to be here.
Talent is strong.
That's right.
So today we were going to do a reaction video. I had something else planned, and McFarland looked at me and said, "Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to do something entertaining."
Pretty much. Yeah. Yep.
So
we're
we're
gonna
gonna-
give people what they want.
So we're going to do a reaction video today. Today we're going to be reacting to a Florida video. Neither of these men have seen it, so it'll be entertaining for both. And I will say this: it is not the normal reaction video. It is not the funny one that I did to you last time, but it's not a normal reaction video that you would be used to.
Okay.
So we're gonna dive into that. McFarland first.
I was.
Of course, you beat everybody.
Isn't that what you're supposed to say?
Yeah,
In lore?
and lore. You got to add lore to it. All right.
McFarland lore.
So we're gonna dive into the video real quick.
Drop the knife now! Drop it now!
Spoiler, I've seen this one.
Drop
fine.
the knife!
It's a good one, I think.
Drop the knife
With as many of
now!
them that are out there, it's hard to
Oh,
come
of
across
course.
new ones.
Especially popular ones.
Drop it!
No.
I don't think you're allowed to ask that.
Get back.
Well, I did.
Drop the knife now!
Where's my bleep button?
Drop it. Drop the knife. Drop the knife. Drop it now. Put it down. Put the knife down. Put it down. Put the knife down. Put it down
What
now.
is she saying to him?
She's basically telling him
Put
off.
the knife
I'm not gonna
down.
put it down. F
Okay.
you.
Put it
He's
down.
being patient.
Drop it.
He's waiting for backup.
Yeah, I know that.
She's
Drop
leaning
the
off to one
knife.
side. She doesn't seem that aggressive.
No, he's a little closer
Put it
than,
down.
but I mean, he also doesn't want anybody else to get
Put the
involved.
knife down. Put the knife down.
A bit crossfire there.
Drop the knife.
Nice.
Drop the knife now.
Boom! Lights are up.
Drop the knife.
And that's it.
That's a healthy one.
Yeah. So then that's the thing is when it comes to some of these, and we do a lot of reaction videos where it goes the worst case, and so I wanted to show one that wasn't necessarily the worst case.
No,
This
yeah.
one, he did exactly what I would expect and what you would want your officers to do. And security officers, we wait for backup. We contain the situation the best we can. Wait for backup to arrive, and then, like we do in training, and we go over in training, and we tell everybody when your secondary arrives and you can transition to less than lethal. Transition to less than lethal if you've got that lethal containment there. Now, you said a comment in there. I want to jump on. You said she doesn't seem real threatening.
Yeah, she was
She's
leaning off to
the
one side, nonchalant.
So yes, but here's the thing: she's also within the 21-foot rule.
Yep.
So she's got a knife, which is a deadly weapon. They're within 21 feet. I think he's doing correct.
Oh, I know. I didn't.
100%.
I
No, I know,
disagree,
but
yeah.
I'm saying I wanted to address that because you'll get that concern from people like, well, all they had was a knife. Absolutely, but a knife is deadly, and you're within 21 feet, which makes it really hard to transition from less than lethal to lethal with that. But it also brings in if they're within that 21 feet, it takes them less time for me to get my reaction lethal out to defend myself. So being within that time frame, that gap of space there with that 21 feet, he did it 100% correct. And even though she wasn't threatening with her stance or her body language, her having that within that time, that distance is where I would agree with 100%. Wait for backup arrive.
yeah.
Attention goes to the secondary, perfect time to transition to less than lethal. Warns her again, hey, stop, drop the knife. No drop, tased.
What I thought was fantastic is the officer didn't stop with the commands. I think when you're in that kind of a situation and you're not thinking, you give the command 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 times. And at that point in your head, it just seems redundant. Clearly, they're not going to drop the knife, so you just stop and you wait. Him continuing the verbal commands, drop the knife, put the knife down.
Keeps her engaged,
Keeps her
with
engaged.
him.
Keeps the attention on him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because there's, obviously going to be other shoppers there. So, no, that was pretty much textbook, and she got to ride the lightning for a little bit. So.
Yeah.
That one's pretty viral. I think more because of her body language
Yeah.
after getting lit up.
It's funny. There's Gary says this is all over Facebook and everything. Absolutely. This was a few years ago. This one, I think, actually did go viral on Facebook, TikTok, and a couple of other places. But to me, when you see stuff like this, with us doing retail and us doing those areas like that, being able to show that transition from lethal to less than lethal and how that secondary can impact that to give you that option and to keep that person engaged, those are all training moments that can, even though we don't carry tasers, it affords someone to say, hey, look, when you've got that secondary and you wait for that stuff, it provides a training opportunity to say, hey, this is what you can do in those moments, and you can mitigate the risk, and you can bring it down, and you can do a less than lethal, and you can keep everybody safe. And I think that's a fantastic training opportunity.
Well, I think in our line of work, I think it would be a little more difficult to wait on backup, especially if you're sitting at a grocery store and you see the knife and you draw and you have no time to inform anyone. How, if you were in that situation, you were an officer at a Constantino's, what would you do differently knowing that you haven't had the chance to call for backup?
What would I do differently?
What should an officer do differently? Because you can't just sit there I guess you can wait for somebody else to call 911.
So in that moment, so if that was me standing at one of our locations and that was the situation I was in, the first chance I get is I'm calling. I've got that person as I'm making my approach, because you get called for that. That's not something you just walk on. That's someone, another patron walks up and goes, hey, there's a lady with a knife exposed out in aisle 12. Cool. Thank you for letting me know. I'd call management and say, hey, can you verify this for me real quick? I'm going to call for backup. And I'd call my patrol officers and say, hey, can you head this way? Start heading this way. I'm being told I've got somebody with a knife who's threatening people. I'm going to go check, and I'll let you know if it's
911
true going on.
Yeah.
And then 911 right after.
I've been in situations where you just tell the employees to.
Yeah.
They'll
walk
listen.
up. Yeah. Or they'll walk up and say, hey, there's somebody with a knife threatening people. Cool. Call 911. I'm going to go address it. So this isn't generally something that you're going to run across where it's just you're walking the store and bam, there it is. Someone's going to come tell you what's going on.
Yep.
And that's when they're like, okay, cool. That's a store employee. Call 911. I've got my. I'm going to go check it out.
Even if you walk up on it, just be loud, and you're going to give verbal commands. It's going to cause attention. And as they come over, if you don't have a radio, just inform them to contact 911, and you're going to handle it until they get there as best you can.
And that's the thing too, as we go over in training, make your verbal commands loud, because that's going to inform everybody around you that there's a weapon in the area, and that's going to pique someone's interest, and someone's going to whip out their phone and either start recording, or someone's going to whip out their phone and call 911, or someone is going to do something if you were to walk up on that and, hey, drop the weapon. Someone's going to go, what's going on? In the world we live in with cameras everywhere and everybody being interested like that, someone's going to make a call.
People are nosy.
Yeah. And it works, It's good for us because it allows someone else to know what's going on and make that call if we can't.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, pretty much textbook. That's a good one. I appreciate you not giving us the real suspenseful ones.
Yeah,
I usually like to have an adult beverage when I watch those. It takes the edge off a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for easing me into a reaction.
Yeah, his first one.
What's your first reaction? Isn't it?
Yeah, his first reaction.
Yeah, his first one was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, and then at the end, we're like, so what happened? And people's like, I don't know. And we're like, oh, thanks.
Great.
Yeah, so
Stewing
we just
on
don't
that
know if
for
the
a
guy's
week.
alive or not. Yeah.
So the first one we ever did, reaction video, the source I was using didn't have all the information. And so I tried doing some research into it, but I couldn't find any information on it. And instead of doing the smart thing and finding a different video source and having all that information, I was like, well, we'll go with it. So I learned my lesson on the one, and from there on, we got all the source. Verified sources, verified the story. And this one, everybody was fine. EMS showed up. They did her little test on her, and she went straight to jail. They didn't even take her to the hospital.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I talked to Lavi, and he would like to do
Yes.
next week, I think.
I'm waiting for an answer from somebody. I'm trying to pull somebody else in on it
Is it a secret?
for now. I'll
Okay.
tell you,
Okay.
but it's a secret for here.
Secret for the
For
the audience?
For the audience. But I'm trying to get one other person in on it if I can get that. If not, we're probably going to do it next week. I'm not going to spoil it. I want it to be a surprise for the viewers as well. Give them a reason to come watch.
Yes.
Ooh, suspenseful.
Yeah.
Yes, if you build
Not a reaction video, suspenseful. But
If you build it,
suspenseful.
they will come.
But yeah, no, I mean that. Like I said, that video itself has just got some really good training points in it. You know, some things that reinforce our training and learning points. You know, when you're dealing with stuff like that. And so I like videos like that. Like we did a breakdown video a while back of two officers who were continuing to back up with an individual who was yelling threats. I wouldn't say was making aggressive movements, but wouldn't stop moving forward to him, and they kept backing up as far as possible until it
Yeah,
got to the
I
point
remember
where
that
there was no going any further, and they had to make a reaction and they had to make a choice.
Well, he ended up closing the gap. Uh-oh. Look who it is.
Where's my shoe?
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen,
Where's my shoe? I want to know where my shoe is. Tell me where my shoe.
this is live.
this is what
Guess what?
Give
We're
me my
live.
shoe.
I don't
See when
I don't
Stone
have
Cold
it.
Steve Austin comes running into the ring, and clears it out, and what the bodies look like in the ring after he's done.
Yeah.
That's what this is getting ready to look like. You don't take an old man's shoe. Where's my shoe?
I have a clue on my desk.
Deputy Chief Roses has finally broke the chief. He's broken.
Where's my shoe?
I have a clue on my desk.
He already went by that one. Where's the shoe?
Oh. I don't have.
Connor,
this is great. So this is a Friday
Don't
thing
lock-
apparently
don't-
today.
Hey, don't shut the door. You can't contain this man.
Since you're here, do you want to grab some headphones?
Oh boy.
This is fantastic.
There's a little backstory. His shoe and sock were taken. Oh, now he's. Oh, you got to get him on
start
camera.
hitting buttons.
Put him on camera.
No, wait.
yeah, I want my shoe.
Oh,
I want my shoe.
Very professional.
I want my shoe.
Hey, sir, in case you haven't noticed, you're barefoot.
All right.
all right. Well, that was
Smells
live.
like feet in here now.
All right. So do you want to go over the backstory since that was
Yes. So Connor has a tendency to. He's like a cat. Well, no, not a cat. What's? He used to be maybe like a raccoon. What's an animal that like hoards things?
Relocates.
Yeah.
I'd say
crow?
Oh,
Yeah,
crow's a
maybe
good
crow.
one. Or was it crow or raven?
Raven.
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 Raven's
No,
the
crows
one.
do it. Crows
Do
do
they?
it. Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah.
the same thing?
No.
Oh, well, they look the same.
You're rewatching it.
So he's missing a shoe and sock.
His
And
shoe and
there's
sock
there's
were
been
stolen.
there's been a scavenger hunt.
Notes, some clues were
yeah,
left
some
around the
clues
office,
left
and apparently
around.
he's reached the last one and still
Yeah.
hasn't found it. So
Like just like bang bang room. Obviously the
probably
armory.
should have locked that door.
So he was like, go to the bang bang room. And then it goes there and there's another clue on sticky notes. And so he's reached his wit's end on the clues, I feel like. So yeah, that's
If that's not wit's end, I'm terrified.
He's close.
All right. So MH has a fantastic question here. What do you do in a situation? We're going to go back to what we were supposed to be doing. What do you do in a situation
No, that's boring.
where a suspect grabs your weapon, aka baton?
Baton. If you're unarmed and suspect grabs your baton, distance.
Yeah.
Create distance.
Okay.
Get away. Get
Get
away. If it's gun grab, I would refer. I mean, we could talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
There's a gun grab video we have, which would probably be the best one.
Yeah.
To,
If
to
you go back
see.
in our video history, we actually do one for a breakdown of a gun grab and what happened with it and everything that way. So
There's a reason why our holsters have the multiple retentions that they do. So it gives you time to create distance from yourself and the individual and break free from their grip. And so most people that don't know our holsters are going to have a pretty tough time getting that firearm out of there. So there's a reason for that. So yeah, watch that gun grab video. That's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Your best way for us to explain it. So
absolutely.
One of the big so QRTs will have a meeting bi-monthly, and one of our meetings was weapon retention.
Yep.
If somebody goes to grab your firearm, what can you do? What should you do?
Techniques.
Yeah,
strikes.
techniques. It reinforcing that's somebody went for your firearm. That is a lethal encounter.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So, but that was a very good question.
Yeah, very
So
good question. Something like that with baton and stuff.
You'll get a much more in-depth answer
Yep.
on our other videos. So.
Our training does go over it, and of course, like he said, we do additional training to help out with that and give you some additional knowledge as well. So something specific, baton, get distance.
Distance.
Nine
Pull your OC.
Yeah. But
Yes.
other than that, I think we'll now hop into our weather. If I can find my mouse.
Hot.
Very.
It's supposed to be over 100 on Monday. I can't remember who told me that.
Don't
I think
say that. That's horrific.
I think Tony told me that.
Well, we're about to find out.
I just got to the part where he came in. Sorry, go ahead.
So here's what we're looking at weather-wise. We're looking at 91 today. It's been horrible. We're looking at 94 on Saturday, partly cloudy. Sunday's 97 with mostly sunny. Monday's 98, so it'll probably be 100 over 100 with the heat index. Mostly sunny. Tuesday's 90 with some thunderstorms in the afternoon. Wednesday is 80 with thunderstorms throughout the day. Thursday's 83, mostly sunny. Same with Friday at 85. Saturday's 86, and Sunday back to 87. So it's going to be a particularly warm weekend and a particularly warm beginning of the week.
Yeah.
So make sure you're prepared for that, and remember to stay hydrated, because that is going to be in those warm weathers. That is absolutely the key to success in that and keeping yourself mobile and focused.
I would even say hydration. Yes, the day before. I'd say multiple days before.
Yeah.
With that
Yep.
much heat, you're gonna burn a lot of water.
With that much heat, I would just keep drinking water, for 4 or 5 days.
Last summer, I spent my entire summer working at an HOA.
Who's Striker?
Torn the desk apart. Send help. I don't know who that one is.
Somebody in the office.
But I spent the entire summer out in the sun next to a pool and got burned. Started wearing sunscreen daily, drinking copious amounts of water. Highly recommend it. Drink as much water as possible. If you're going to the bathroom every 20 minutes, you're doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kidneys should be humming.
Yeah, absolutely. So other than that, we're going to let you guys get back to it. We thank you guys so much for everything. It allows us to continue to do this and get accosted live.
That should add some views.
So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. We wouldn't be able to do this stuff without you guys. Remember to stay safe, stay hydrated. Hydration is key. Hydration is the day before, or in warm weather, several days before, not the day of. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Keep your shoes off.